For over 2 centuries, Japan existed in a state of self-imposed isolation. From the early 17th century to the mid-19th century, the Edo period saw the ruling Tokugawa shogunate implement a strict policy known as sakoku, meaning closed country. This policy aimed to protect Japan from foreign influence, particularly the spread of Christianity, which was seen as a threat to the shogun's authority. During this period, contact with the outside world was carefully controlled and limited to a select few. Trade, diplomacy, and cultural exchange were all channeled through a single point of entry: the artificial island of Dejima in Nagasaki Bay. Dejima, meaning exit island, was a testament to Japan's desire to engage with the world on its own terms. It served as a unique window to the West, allowing the Japanese to acquire knowledge and technology while maintaining a degree of separation from the perceived dangers of foreign influence. This carefully orchestrated interaction would leave an indelible mark on Japanese history and culture. Dejima's story began not with isolation, but with the arrival of the Portuguese in the 16th century. The Portuguese, eager to establish trade routes to the east, brought with them not only goods but also Christianity. Initially welcomed, their presence soon became a source of tension as the new religion gained converts, challenging the existing social and political order. The shogunate, wary of the growing Christian influence, responded with increasing restrictions, culminating in the expulsion of the Portuguese and a ban on Christianity in 1639. With the Portuguese gone, the Dutch, who had maintained a strictly commercial presence in Japan, saw an opportunity. The Dutch East India Company, eager to secure access to Japanese markets, agreed to the shogunate's strict conditions for trade. They were confined to Dejima, a small fan-shaped island constructed in 1634 by digging a canal through a peninsula in Nagasaki Bay. This artificial island, measuring just 120 meters wide and 400 meters long, became the sole conduit for trade and interaction with the West. A life on Dejima was a peculiar mix of confinement and opportunity. The Dutch traders, numbering around 20 at any given time, lived in a tightly controlled environment. They were forbidden from setting foot on the mainland without special permission, their movements monitored, and their interactions with the Japanese strictly regulated. Their only connection to the outside world was the annual arrival of the Dutch ship, bringing news, goods, and a taste of home. Despite the restrictions, Dejima became a microcosm of Dutch society. Warehouses, offices, and residences were built in the Dutch style, and the island boasted its own gardens, a cemetery, and even a tennis court. The Dutch brought with them not only goods, but also their language, customs, and knowledge, which seeped into Japanese society through the interactions on Dejima. Section 4. The flow of knowledge, Western learning in Japan. While the shogunate sought to limit foreign influence, it recognized the value of Western knowledge, particularly in areas such as medicine, astronomy, and military technology. Dejima became a conduit for this Dutch learning, or rangaku, as Japanese scholars eagerly sought information from the West. Dutch books, maps, and scientific instruments were smuggled off the island, translated and studied, sparking a renewed interest in Western science and technology. The impact of rangaku on Japanese intellectual life was profound. It challenged traditional ways of thinking, leading to advancements in medicine, astronomy, and other fields. Japanese scholars, inspired by Western ideas, began to develop their own innovations, laying the groundwork for Japan's modernization in the centuries to come. Section 5. The end of an era. Dejima's legacy. Dejima's existence as Japan's sole window to the West came to an end in 1854. The arrival of Commodore Matthew Perry and his black ships of the United States Navy, demanding that Japan open its ports to foreign trade, marked a turning point in Japanese history. The subsequent treaties signed with Western powers ended Japan's long period of isolation and ushered in a new era of engagement with the world. With the opening of Japan, Dejima's role as a trading post diminished. The island was eventually absorbed into the expanding city of Nagasaki, its canals filled in and its buildings lost to time. Yet Dejima's legacy lived on, not only in the physical remnants of its past, but also in the profound impact it had on Japanese society. Section 6. Dejima today, a bridge to the past. Today, Dejima is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a testament to its unique place in history. Through ongoing archaeological excavations and meticulous reconstruction efforts, a part of this once isolated island has been brought back to life. Visitors can now walk the streets of Dejima, explore the reconstructed buildings, and imagine the lives of the Dutch traders and Japanese officials who once inhabited this unique space. Dejima stands as a reminder of a time when the world seemed both vast and distant, a time when cultures interacted through a carefully controlled lens. It is a place where the past and present converge, offering lessons about the complexities of globalization, the importance of cultural exchange, and the delicate balance between openness and isolation. Dejima's story continues to resonate, prompting us to reflect on our own interconnected world and the choices we make in navigating the challenges and opportunities of our time.